Okay, now let's go to part C. This is the most complex between A and B, where here we have three unknowns. You have A, B, and C, and the format is y equal to A sine bx minus c. Or if you are using cos, it is y equal to A cos bx minus c. So here C represents the phase angle. It is another very important quantity in graphing the sine and cosine function. Amplitude remain as A, period remain as 2 pi over B, similar to part B. Now you have another one which is phase shift, and the formula is C over B. Okay, you have to remember this. Okay, what happened to the graph? Look, in this diagram, the graph is not started at 0 but has some phase shift. So it starts at C over B. So this is the formula of phase shift, C over B. The period, the length of one cycle is 2 pi over B. Okay. Similar goes to cos type. Now you can see that the graph is no longer started at 0 but it has some shifting here. We call that as phase shift with the value C over B, and the period remain 2 pi over B. Now we want to try to answer this. Okay, so you have a complex function. You have 2 here, you have x, you have another value, and you have minus 3. So let's look at the format of this. Okay, in part C we have this format: A cos bx minus c, and apparently we have another constant. You can regard this as b. Okay, so by matching the value with the variable, let's look at this one. You will obtain A equal to 2, B equal to 1. It is 1 because the coefficient of x equal to 1. Next, C is pi over 2 and D is minus 3. Okay, we want to look at one by one what we get from here. The amplitude is A. So this is the value of amplitude. Okay, in the graph you can remark the amplitude 2 and minus 2 here. Okay, next the value of B will affect the period because the formula of period is 2 pi over B. So 2 pi over B is 1, so it is 2 pi. So the length of one cycle is 2 pi, so we stop here, 2 pi. Okay. Okay, let's draw this first. Okay, we want to draw the graph of cos. Okay, remember graph of cos is like a ball within this time interval. Okay, within this range. So the ball, the maximum value, maximum, and here minimum. So in the middle it will become like this. So what I draw here, the first step is the basic function that involve period and amplitude only. So what I draw here is y equal to A is cos 2x. Okay, so the first step, we don't draw the whole equation right away. We do this part by part. So what I take first is 2 cos x. So this is the graph of 2 cos x. Okay, now let's take note here. The first sketching you need to draw is y equal to 2 cos x. Number 2, you have to draw with the phase shift 2 cos x minus pi over 2. So next, C will give you phase shift. The formula of phase shift is C over B. C is pi over 2, B is 1. So phase shift is pi over 2. Phase shift is shifting, so you have to think whether it's shifted to the right or shifted to the left. Remember here we have minus. Based on the techniques of graphing, minus here represent the movement to the right. Okay, you can refer the previous table that we discussed about vertical shifting and horizontal shifting. Negative indicates right movement. So here we want to move the original graph to the right by pi over 2 units. So we want to push it to the right. So now what happened here is the graph will start, okay, the starting point is 0, but if you shift pi over 2 units, so it becomes like this, a new position, right? Okay, what I draw here is the position of this. It goes to pi over 2 unit. And this point move to pi over 2 unit, you will get this point. And this point, if you move to the right pi over 2 unit, the new location is here. For this part, it move here. And for this part, it will move here. So the new graph is like this. So we have shifted the graph to the right side by pi over 2 units. So the red curve represents y equal to 2 cos x minus pi over 2 with the shifting, okay, with the shifting. Next, what's next? We want to consider the whole equation where you need to put minus 3. Okay, minus 3 is outside of the function. Let's analyze this. So remember, when outside, the constant is outside, it will give you vertical shifting. So based on this operation, minus represent is going down. So we need to push the graph by 3 units, okay? So based on the red graph, okay, the current one. So initially, when you have this point, it will move by 3 units. So 1, 2, 3, this is new point. So for this point, 3 units as well. 1, 2, 3, this is new curve, new location, okay? And then this one move 3 units, 1, 2, 3, here. Okay, now you can draw the new curve. Okay, so now this is your final answer, 2 cos x minus pi over 2 minus 3. So there are several steps. First one is the basic one, by not considering the phase shift. If we consider just 2 cos x, then we consider the phase shift. After that, you look at the whole equation. What is missing is minus 3, and we need to further proceed. Minus 3 means we need to push the graph of the red curve to push it down by 3 units.